Don't take this opportunity for granted, man. Prime time that everybody watching, right? Leave it all on the line.
Prime time, showtime. Whole world watching, man. Y'all stay tuned.
You got Cincinnati with Chase, with Higgins, with Boyd. Wait a minute here.
Take Bengals, Ravens. I've got an AFC North that's wide open right now, and this is really feeling like a pivotal game for both sides.
Slant caught by Chase. Breaks out of the pass. Touchdown. Woo. And it is caught by Higgins.
You keep making those plays, I'm just going to throw it up to you every time. That's Joe Shiesty.
Tied atop the AFC North standings, the Bengals and Ravens meet on Sunday Night Football as Cincinnati looks to take control of the division. Welcome in to Bengals Weekly. I'm Marissa Contapelli. The Bengals make their first divisional road trip of the season, but before we get to kickoff from M&T Bank Stadium, we go behind the stripes with Hayden Hurst, as the tight end has found his home in Cincinnati. We'll also welcome in Chris Collinsworth to the show to preview Bengals vs. Ravens. And this Sunday, we will see 3 of the top 5 leaders in a certain offensive category. And coming up on Countdown, I'll tell you what that is. But first, Ted Karras was elected team captain in just his first season with the team. His personality has been electric and his energy contagious. We now take you down to field level as we had the center mic'd up against the Dolphins.
Yeah, buddy. Remember, I'm hot tonight. Hot mic. You and me, baby. Huh? What up, baby? Let's go. You and me, baby. Love you. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Right from the jump. It's on us tonight, fellas. Let's go. All we're trying to do is get win number 2. Trenches on 3. 1, 2, 3. Trenches. Let's go, bro. Huddle. Hey, let's go. Hey, let's go.
Burrow throws. It's caught by his tight end. Hayden Hurst crosses the 40, breaks the tackle, and keeps on charging.
Let's finish this.
Hands it to Mixon. Knifes inside for the first down. Keeps fighting toward the end zone. It's a touchdown. Joe Mixon takes it in.
That's how we run the ball.
Going deep, downfield, into double coverage, and should be picked off at the 29-yard line.
Throws it deep down the sideline, and it is caught. T. Higgins breaks the tackle. He's at the 10, the 5, touchdown!
Got him in
Bengals!
Big time by you. That's big time football for a touchdown, man.
Well done, fellas.
Listen, we're going to win this game.
Let's go do it.
They're holding them right here. They're stopping them.
Bridgewater fires a quick pass.
Intercepted
at the 9-yard line. Running the ball back and the Dolphins' 45-yard line. Von Bell's second interception of the game.
Open. Chase. First and goal.
Burrow wants to throw. His pass caught by Hurst. Touchdown.
Nice.
Bengals.
Nice.
Sorry, sir. I'm sorry. Good job, baby. That's how you play. Let's go. Where's my dog? Where's my dog? Let's go. Yeah.
T. Higgins and Hayden Hurst were better together in the Bengals' win over the Dolphins. The pass catchers combined for 151 yards and caught half of the completions thrown by Joe Burrow, as they were the two highest-graded offensive Bengals per Pro Football Focus. Both Higgins and Hurst found the end zone at critical times, as each score extended the Bengals' lead to double digits.
And it is caught. T. Higgins breaks a tackle. He's at the 10, the 5, touchdown!
Got him in
Bengals! Burrow wants to throw. His pass caught by Hurst. Touchdown!
Nice.
Bengals!
Nice.
And that should be coffin nailed.
I was telling the guys, I feel like I've died and gone to heaven coming here. It's just incredible. I'm being used the right way, and it's just it's taken 5 years, but I think finally found a home.
T. Higgins and Hayden Hurst are better together. Brought to you by Fifth Third Bank. Hayden Hurst found the end zone for the first time this season. Coming up next, we sit down with Joe Burrow's newest target. Stay with us here on Bengals Weekly. Bengals Weekly is brought to you by Paycor, proud to be the official HR software provider of the Cincinnati Bengals. And Kettering Health, the official healthcare provider of the Cincinnati Bengals. He was selected 25th overall by Baltimore, then traded to Atlanta, and left to navigate the waters of free agency. But tight end Hayden Hurst feels like he's finally found his home here in Cincinnati.
Just from where I was last year and kind of struggling, not enjoying football, it's taken 5 years, but I think I finally found a home.
It's been a wild ride for 29 years. To be in this position, if you'd have told me I would be here probably 7 years ago, I'd probably laugh at you.
You know, he wants to put in the work and just looking for opportunity, and we have opportunity here.
This culture that Zach's kind of implemented just gives you confidence as a football player.
Get money, 88.
We all want someone to believe in us. That's what I've wanted my entire career, and I feel like I finally found it here.
Throws downfield, leaping catch by Hayden Hurst.
Got him in. He got him in.
It's a first down. Brilliant catch by the Bengals' new tight end, Hayden Hurst.
Me and my family watched the Super Bowl, and I was just thinking if I was able to kind of put myself into that offense and that system with what I bring to the table, it was just exciting to think about. I think this is what fits me best. I'm able to kind of use my vertical speed, create mismatches, get on linebackers, get on safeties. People forget how quick I am. You know, I was a 25th overall pick for a reason.
Hayden's a guy we fell in love with very quickly. Started having the conversations with him, and it was clear that he was looking for the right fit.
To be with an organization that values me, just in talks with James and Zach and how they view me as a player and as a person, this is the right fit. I'm pretty happy to be here.
We were very genuine with our approach on how we were going to use it. It seemed like he really appreciated that, and so we appreciated his honesty as well, and it's worked out well.
The transparency with the coaches, I've never really had that in my career in the NFL. I've been searching for it for 5 years. You know, I've been told a lot of things, and it hasn't really come true on Sundays. They're consistent in what they tell me week to week. Doing the things they told me in my free agency kind of meetings that brought me here in the first place.
Burrow wants to throw. His pass
caught
by Hurst. Touchdown!
Nice.
Bengals!
Nice.
Part of the great thing about this offense is we have so many weapons. It just naturally goes to him, and when the ball naturally goes to Hayden, he makes the most of the opportunities.
This is what Bengal fans have been waiting to see from Hurst. Big, athletic tight end, making plays and making it tough on the defense to bring him down after the catch.
It's an electric offense, and to be a part of it and to have my number called, it's very humbling.
Hayden Hurst, 2 blockers in front, right at the line to gain. He's got the first down of the great individual effort.
I just want to be reliable. I want to be counted on by the coaching staff, by Joe. That's really what I pride myself on. That's what motivates me.
He's been everything that we'd hoped he'd be. Brings a ton of energy to the locker room and the practice field and in the games. I think the fans will feed off of that as well as we continue to go through the season. And so he's just an exciting guy to be around with a lot of talent.
And it starts from the top down, you know. Zach kind of preaches that. It's just a really cool environment to be a part of.
That's an environment we've strived to create now for a number of years. We are very demanding of our players. We expect a lot of work to be put in. We've wanted guys to be excited to walk in the building every single day.
I'm going to give them everything I have. I haven't had that in the NFL yet, that belief. And these guys believe in me. In the end, life is going to figure itself out. From where I was 7 years ago to the position that I'm in today, I'm a fighter. That's just who I am. It's all I know. And it's all I'm going to continue to do.
Every Friday this fall, the Bengals will be out at a different high school football game, as we have teamed up with Ohio Cat to cheer on local teams. Earlier this month, Houday and the Bengals Stripe Squad were out at Clinton Massey as the Falcons hosted St. Francis de Sales. Students and fans had the chance to win great prizes, including passes to attend a closed practice later this season. Rule your school and be on the lookout for Friday Night Stripes, as the Bengals and Ohio Cat could be coming to your game next. Coming up next, we preview this big AFC North primetime showdown when Bengals Weekly returns. Bengals Weekly is brought to you by Fifth Third Bank, the official bank of the Cincinnati Bengals, and your local Kia dealers. Visit kia.com to discover movement that inspires. Welcome back to Bengals Weekly. The Bengals are at the unofficial quarter mark of the season, so it's time we check in with Dan, Dave, and Jeff, who give us 3 reasons behind the Bengals' recent surge of success.
With 2 wins in a 5-day stretch, the Cincinnati Bengals have climbed into a tie for first place in the AFC North. And in this Houday conversation, we are going to take a look at 3 things that have fueled this surge. Lap, you're up first.
Yeah, I'd have to say in the first quarter of the season, the defense has been the most consistent aspect of the football team. Mastermind Lou Anarumo has done an unbelievable job, and this defense, after no takeaways in week 1, have 7 takeaways in the next 3 weeks by 5 different guys. Thing is, they're not allowing people to score. 4 defensive touchdowns they've allowed on the season. That's tied for fewest in the NFL. You don't let them in the end zone, you're going to be in a lot of football games and able to win. I think Lou Anarumo is not afraid to try new things, and what you see in the first half, you can almost mark that you're not going to see in the second half. He is the chess master in the chess game. There's no question about it.
Butch, you're up next.
Yeah, I go with the bubbling cauldron of chemistry. I'll give you 2 vignettes. Trying to talk to Sam Hubbard why they're such a good defense, and he said it's the guys on the defense and working together. And when there's a mistake, they're not pointing fingers. They're going to the next play. And I think that comes from being together for 3-4 years. And the second vignette would be running back Joe Mixon told us he had a meeting with his offensive line. They met to talk about the running game and trying to work out the kinks, and he met with at least 10 linemen. They went over the tape. That's another example, I think, where you got a veteran leader stepping up and doing the right thing. They didn't throw each other under the bus. They got on. Not only did they get on the same bus, they're all driving the bus, and they drove it to first place.
All right, I am going to give credit to the man in charge, head coach Zach Taylor. It's one thing to get up and say, relax, everything's fine, when your team that went to the Super Bowl last year starts out 0-2, but actions speak much louder than words when you are the head coach, and Zach's demeanor rarely changes. Whether the team is on a winning streak or a losing streak, he's the same positive, pleasant, consistent boss every day. It certainly helps to have great veteran leaders on the team, as you mentioned, Butch. But the tone is set at the top, and Zach Taylor's steady guiding hand helped the team weather an early 0-2 storm. Great defense, great chemistry, and a consistent head coach. 3 things that have fueled this surge, and 3 topics of this Houday conversation.
Now, I know my slide isn't anywhere as cool as Chris Collinsworth's, but here's a guy who knows his AFC North football, as Collinsworth now joins Dan Horde to preview Bengals versus Ravens.
It's Sunday Night Football this week, meaning that Chris Collinsworth will be in the booth for NBC instead of in his seat at Paycor Stadium. What did you think of the atmosphere last Thursday night for the whiteout and the record crowd against the Dolphins?
I told the commissioner, actually, because I was in the box with him, that was the most electric I had ever seen that stadium. I love the unis, right? It's so cool. I just loved it. It's like watching them run around in an x-ray or something. Just black and white. You just don't see that in the NFL.
What do you see when you watch the Bengals running game right now?
It was the first time I'd really seen Hayden Hurst, the tight end in this offense. I think he's impressive. I just think he's really impressive that, former first round draft pick, some of the catch and run things he did. I thought he was an effective blocker. So there's a lot of upside left in this offense.
The Bengals defense has given up 4 touchdowns in 4 games. Does Cincinnati belong in the discussion as one of the best defensive teams in the NFL? And what impresses you about Lou Anarumo's crew?
First, I like Lou. I think Lou he's a lifetime defensive back coach, and it shows. I mean, they do a lot of stuff on the back end. And Sam Hubbard is one of the best football players that I've seen on tape. The game he had against the run against Miami was second to none. Fantastic. And now he will have a huge role in trying to shut down Lamar.
The Bengals are 2-2. You've got Burrow, you've got Lamar. It's going to be a great show on NBC on Sunday night. What are some of your keys to the matchup?
I really think it's going to come down to, for the Bengals side, can they get him into passing situations? So I love the matchups. Can Tyler Boyd take on Brandon Stevens in the slot? But who pass protects, who gets their running game going is probably the winner here.
It is tremendous entertainment. It's going to be great on Sunday night. We look forward to your call and appreciate your time today. Thanks, Chris.
You bet, Dan. Good talking to you.
Since week 12 of last season, T. Higgins has been racking in the yards. Coming up next, I'll tell you where the receiver stands among the NFL's best. Stay with us here on Bengals Weekly. Bengals Weekly is brought to you by AltaFiber, proud to be the official internet provider of the Cincinnati Bengals. And Betfred, the official sports betting partner of the Cincinnati Bengals. Join Dan Horde and Dave Lapham Wednesday nights for the Bengals Game Plan radio show live, presented by Bud Light. Visit Bengals.com/gameplan for a list of locations each week. Last season, the Bengals swept the series against the Ravens for the first time since 2015. A big reason for that success was the shystiness of Joe Burrow, as the quarterback had a record-setting year against Baltimore. Joe Burrow became the first quarterback in NFL history when he threw for more than 400 yards twice against the same opponent in the same season, with a combined 941 yards against the Ravens. And this Sunday, Burrow will face the worst-ranked passing defense in the league. Baltimore is giving up an average of over 315 yards per game to opposing quarterbacks. In 5 career games against a team that ranks in the bottom 5 in pass defense, Burrow is undefeated and has averaged over 300 yards per outing. And Burrow, well, he can make history once again on Sunday. No quarterback has ever thrown 400 or more yards against the same opponent in 3 straight games. When Burrow and T. Higgins connected on the 59-yard touchdown against Miami, it marked the 10th touchdown pass of 50 or more yards for Joey franchise. Since the start of 2020, that is the most among all quarterbacks. 6 of those 10 have come in the last 7 regular season games for Burrow. Now, this Sunday's game will feature 3 of the top pass catchers in regular season receiving yardage since week 12 of last season. T. Higgins, Mark Andrews, and Jamar Chase are the top 3 from the AFC, trailing just Cooper Kupp and Justin Jefferson overall. Well, in each of the Bengals' last 2 wins, the offense has put up 27 on the scoreboard. And since 2011, when Cincinnati has scored at least 25 points, the team has won 60 games. That translates to a winning percentage over .880. And the Bengals will take on a Baltimore team that is coming off of back-to-back losses, where they have blown a 17-point lead each time. This is already tied for the most such losses in a single season in NFL history. But what may be even more eye-opening? The Ravens have trailed for a total of 14 seconds in those 2 losses. Now, Lamar Jackson did throw 2 interceptions in that loss to Buffalo last week, and Jackson has lost his last 3 games following a game where he throws multiple picks. Concepelli's Countdown is presented by Betfred. And don't forget to play Ultimate Bengals on the Bengals app for your chance to win amazing prizes, including tickets to Bengals home games. Don't forget to check out Bengals Picks presented by Ohio Lottery, now in the Bengals app for your chance to win prizes throughout the season. 18 and over. Terms and conditions may apply. It's now time for this week's Kettering Health Fantasy Report. T. Higgins posted over 25 fantasy points thanks to his 7-catch, 124-yard touchdown performance in Week 4. Higgins was the highest-scoring Bengal for the week and 5th highest fantasy receiver. Joe Burrow has now posted over 20 fantasy points in back-to-back weeks after his 2 touchdowns and 287 passing yards against Miami. And for Baltimore, J.K. Dobbins was the highest Raven in Week 4 with over 22 fantasy points, as he found the end zone twice and recorded 63 total yards. Thanks for tuning in to Bengals Weekly. Kickoff between the Bengals and the Ravens from M&T Bank Stadium is coming up. For Dan Horde, Dave Lapham, Jeff Hobson, and our entire crew, I'm Marissa Contapelli. We'll see you next week. Bengals Weekly was brought to you by AltaFiber, proud to be the official internet provider of the Cincinnati Bengals. Paycor, proud to be the official HR software provider of the Cincinnati Bengals. And Kettering Health, official healthcare provider of the Cincinnati Bengals.